All right, so how do you increase the show up rate for tech boot camps and coaches? This is for anybody that has like a tech boot camp, a coding boot camp, software engineering boot camp, or anybody that's in like cybersecurity boot camp, anybody that is in the career coaching or transformation space where you guys are equipping people with skills, getting them into another job or into a better job. This video is basically for you. How to go ahead and increase the show up rate for tech boot camps. I currently run an AI product management bootcamp myself. If you look me up on LinkedIn, that's basically what I do right here for the past 8 years. That's what I've been doing. I participated in a bunch of workshops. As you can see, that's me with Gary Vee, that's me with Andrew Yang, and then obviously that's me being ranked like third out of top 10 boot camps in the country by USA Today. So let's go ahead and get down to business. If you want to go ahead and schedule a call with me, I mean, the best thing to go ahead and do, reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. My handle is in the YouTube description, and I'd love to go out there and chat with you. Either I can go out there and help you out, or somebody I know can definitely do a better job helping me help you. But how do you go out there and increase the show up rate? So I recently got contacted by a boot camp, not in the US, and they asked me these questions. They said they've been a big fan of what it is that I've been doing, driving like enrollments and then driving placements. And they're like, how the hell do you get so many people a job, especially in this market with all this bullshit that's going on? And they're like, you just had like another testimonial. And how do you get all these testimonials and shit? Because they're like, we are trying to figure out what it is that you do. So when I go out there and I consult a boot camp, here's basically the first question that I ask. What are you doing at the moment? And these are their answers. At the moment, producing tons of YouTube content. Okay. They are live streaming and posting coaching calls on YouTube for starters. And I said, what is the main problem? So what are the main challenges right now? So the main challenges, we're currently right now at the end of August, and a lot of people, they want to go on that last bit summer vacation. People procrastinate on everything, even though they go even on vacation. And this is around the time when people are like trying to get that last bit of vacay time before the kids head back to school, right? So you get a lot of like these OOO, and like they're traveling, they're prioritizing other shit, because for most of the world, the weather is really nice right now. And they're wondering what can they go ahead and basically do. And I basically told them, this is what I would do, and this is what I have done when I've had this problem where you have low consultations. So when they asked me about show up rate, I'm like, are a lot of people booking calls and people are not showing up? Or, do you guys want people to book more calls? And they said, people are booking calls. We don't have as many people showing up as we want, but we would also still like more calls. Okay, well, if you're producing a bunch of YouTube content, here are some of the things that you can do. Okay, so we have a lack of, low consultations booked, low show up rate, and what can we go ahead and do about it? Well, let's talk about some solutions. The first thing that I think people can do if they are producing YouTube content, or tons of YouTube content, and I'm just a stickler for this, so I'm just going to update this while I'm talking to you, is YouTube content doesn't necessarily mean that other people are going to be watching it. So we need to create a posting and promotion schedule for YouTube videos being recorded. Like in a perfect world, and this is the part that everybody needs to understand, which is marketing. You don't just have like Top Gun and hope like, people are just going to show up to the theater. You have to actively promote that as a movie for people to go ahead and show up. So I would say we need to create a posting and promotion schedule for YouTube videos being recorded, being published. And I would say we need to do this at least 3 times a week. And let's go back. So if I had low video count, right? So if I'm taking videos and I'm taking a look at like, okay, these are the views that I'm getting. These are the views that I'm getting right now. What I would go ahead and take a look at is I would go and post those videos up again. LinkedIn, Instagram, X. Okay, you get the picture. So newsletter is good. So I would say for me, I have like a LinkedIn newsletter. I have a Substack newsletter. Okay. And I would go ahead and get this thing promoted, LinkedIn social media posts. And I would also go ahead and create, I have another like, Richard Chen newsletter, for, current students. I would also promote the video in WAP, right? So we can go ahead and get more of that out there, right? And we can do this like 3 times a week, but more importantly, I need to give people a reason to watch the YouTube video. Like, what was the result, right? Did like people get more interviews, more offers, more knowledge? Like, what was the result? Because attention, like, people's time are not free right now. So what was like, what was the end result of like, okay, so I watch this, what am I watching this video for, right? That's one thing I would go ahead and do. Something else that I would do, instead of just posting the video, I would also create a ChatGPT prompt, to go ahead and convert YouTube video transcription. So if you go to the YouTube video right here, and let's just say like how to stand out, right? And I'm just gonna have like, I can go down here right now, and I can go and I can go to show transcript right here. Oh, the talks between President Trump and the President of Korea. I can go out there and actually, I can copy all of this right here, and then I can go and create the newsletter and blogs with it, right? So I can go and also add that into newsletters and blog content. And that also comes back to like LinkedIn newsletter, Substack, right? And then my Richard Chen newsletter. So that's something else that I can go out there and do with it. The other thing that I can also go ahead and do is, instead of just the video, they have to click on it, they have to watch it, they have to watch for something, I can create a 30-day because ultimately you're giving out all of this knowledge here because you're like, I can go out there and help you deliver this job. I would create a 30-day LinkedIn, social and YouTube social media post campaign, so you don't have to keep on dropping all this freaking content, right? 30-day LinkedIn and social media post campaign from the content of the YouTube video to increase calls. And I would also go ahead and add screenshots. I would go out there and add screenshots to the content. So I reference a lot of stuff when I make these calls and stuff. Like I reference like sometimes the curriculum, like a portfolio website. I show as much as I could possibly show. And more important, let's add some of those screenshots because people are very visual, right? So you want to go out there and grab that attention. The other thing that I would go out there and do is I would create 4 live webinars with clear outcomes for and use cases for knowledge. So a lot of times, like, you're asking people to schedule a call, they don't want to go ahead and like talk to you because they know that you're going to go out there and try to sell them. So why don't you get them to the live webinar where you can go out there and sell them? Sell a bunch of people and then get them to move over, right? I would also create a LinkedIn, a 30-day LinkedIn campaign to increase guest invites for coaching sessions. For us, we host coaching sessions on Monday, Wednesday, for product management, right? And then we have something for cybersecurity, we have something for our other classes. So sometimes people, again, they don't want to go ahead and do the call. Okay, that's fine, but we clearly have knowledge that you want to go out there and have. Come on in. So for 4 live webinars, I'm in the AI space. I would do something with monetizing voice conversational AI for B2B versus B2C customers with no following, right? I would do that. I would go out there and maybe I would say like, profit with AI agents in 30 days with 0 followers. Scaling profit with AI agents in 30 days with 0 followers, right? So we have something like that, right? And then maybe I come up with like another like event, another like live webinar 3, I have like a live webinar 4, right? So I'm gonna go out there and do that. Other things that I would go out there and do is I would actually create a Reddit campaign to engage with users. Right now, if you're asking me where your customers are in the bootcamp or career coaching space, they are on Reddit because they are trying to get the best information about, like, they don't trust review sites anymore. They don't trust review sites. They don't. They don't trust LinkedIn. Sometimes they feel like YouTube. They'd rather go ahead and what's the entire purpose of that? They would go ahead and interested leads venture into Reddit to essentially talk to past customers, because like if somebody's not happy about something, they're going to go to Reddit, right? They're going to go ahead and go to Reddit, like past customers or students. So you should engage people in there, right? You should engage people in there because if you have real value, you can go out there and offer some value over there. And this is actually enough that you can go ahead and do. What else can you go ahead and do? You can also go ahead and I think do something else, which is if you do all of this, I would really recommend that you create and work on another offer for the coaching business, for the business. Sometimes what I found, and this is actually why, like everybody's going to say something different, but I think it's so important for people to go ahead and just diversify themselves because for a few reasons. Diversify income, revenue, and income streams for the following reasons. And this is, I think, really just a time management issue. The more you are like actively out there, like trying to like rally people, the more desperate you are. So like take a break from that. And then also, even if you're not desperate, like you're just constantly pounding and pounding and pounding, it's like how much more can you actually go ahead and do? Work on something else, because you should always have like a second, third, fourth, fifth income stream. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, right? And that way you're not over reliant on just one income stream. you should probably spend 20%. So know that you're getting all of this stuff here done, which I think is a lot. Like, number one, we're going to go ahead and post up these videos again. We're going to give some people a reason to go ahead and watch this material, watch this information. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and 30-day LinkedIn and YouTube social media post campaign from the content, live webinars. We're going to go ahead and issue out some, we're going to also like schedule newsletter blasts. And I think the other thing that we can do is we can record YouTube shorts to promote the offer with, like, for us, it'll probably be the following things. If I like, the vibe code, AI side project, website, portfolio AI side project, portfolio website, the AI agent. What else do we have here? And the course, right? I would go ahead and do that. If you have all of this done, go out there and start working on something else. There's only so much that you can go ahead and do. And sometimes, like, the more that you really want something, the more that you back off from it, you're actually going to see you actually might see some positive results. And it's about learning how to let go sometimes, because it's not helping you, it's not helping out your mental health, it's probably stressing out your team, it's stressing you out, and it's just obviously repelling. So even if you're like getting on the phone trying to close these people yourself, it's not helping out anybody's situation. Oh, another thing that you can also go ahead and do is increase walkthrough YouTube tutorials, okay, from existing students, right? That's also something that you can go out there and do. I found that tutorials are actually very, very useful when people are walking somebody through it. So when I take a look at the data, when I'm just giving out knowledge versus like when we're doing an actual like a walkthrough, the view count is so much higher. So like the more step-by-step tutorials that you're doing, like I'm giving you a step-by-step tutorial right now, the more step-by-step tutorial that you're doing, people actually appreciate that so much more. So let's go ahead and recap it. I'm going to get all of this stuff done, and I'm going to be working on my other offer. And that's it. Honestly speaking, and I would go ahead and probably prioritize my other offer first, because it'll give me somewhat of a break from this situation. So it allows me to show up refreshed, because here's the thing, like with any other business model, you need to spend 80%, obviously, I'm talking about just being practical right now, you got to spend 80% dealing with your current business, but you got to spend at least 20% building some kind of future business, because every business has like a shelf life. You need to go out there and diversify yourself. The more diversified that you are and the various income streams that you can pull from, the better for you. So I would work on this for just 20% of the time. And then I would work on this 80% of the time. But I would go ahead and work on this first, because you're going to be fresher versus like if you do all this shit for your existing. That's the thing that I've noticed being like 8 years. And that's one of my biggest takeaways from Gary Vee was this. Like, there's all these different challenges that your current business presents. And the more you are just reliant on one income stream, the more desperate you are, because that's all you got going on, which is why I constantly diversify myself. But because you are so attached to that one income stream, you start hating what you're doing more. And it's just like, oh, this is why I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. But the truth is, every business has bullshit. So you want to go ahead, diversify this to the point where it makes sense for you to bring on another team member that's going to help you manage either this so you can focus more on that, or you can get this to a point where you can bring in a real expert to really take this to the next level. Either way, what I found is if you work on this shit first and then you think you're going to work on this, you're never going to work on this. You need to work on this first. And this is also what Gary Vee told me is a form of procrastination as well. So get on this guy, cut open a new income stream, because if you have like a new income stream that's making money on the side, you're going to be that much more pumped up. That's what I also tell my students too that are getting like a product manager job is learn how to build shit that you can make money. Because if you are currently, most people look for a job when they have to. And that means they're extremely desperate for it, right? It's the same logic in just the parallel universe. If they had more money coming in from selling like AI agents, if they had more money coming in from all this other shit, they're going to be showing up to these interviews less desperate. That means they're going to be showing up to these interviews more confident as a byproduct. They're going to be more selective in their interviews so they don't take the wrong job. Because when you have money, you have options. And when you have options, you don't feel stuck. So much of what I do as a bootcamp, like a bootcamp or career coaching consultant, is really like therapy. And I'm like, you're going crazy right now because you only have one income stream and you feel like a gun is being held at your head and you feel like you're being held hostage. And you're not wrong. You are justified in feeling this way because you are being held hostage. So you know what's going to get you out of that bullshit? By cutting open a different stream. And that's why I always make sure that the first 2 hours of the day, I work on my future income streams first so that I'm not bottlenecked by any one income stream. Otherwise, I would never get to it. If I did all this shit and then I was like, oh, I'm going to work on my side project. No. Then I'm going to be held hostage for the rest of my life. And I think that's kind of the reason why I've like I think survived as long as I have, and maybe had a little bit of mediocre success. So if you're a bootcamp owner, you're a coach, reach out to me. I'd love to go out there and talk to you to see how it is that we can help elevate the game for you, see how it is that we can go out there and help you out. I also have a mastermind of like other people that are in this space where we talk about it. A lot of time it's just to go out there and vent, and I think that's also very therapeutic as well, because honestly, how many people can really understand what it is that you're going through, what it is that I'm going through? Not a whole lot. That sense of emotional support, especially now that everybody is remote and digital, I think that's also very good for mental. It's not that I think, it's actually been very therapeutic for me on a mental health basis. So with that said, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm the most active on this platform, like not Instagram. Or you can go out there and just reach out for a call. Love to go out there and talk to you soon, see if I can either help or whatever problem that you have. I would love to direct you to somebody that's maybe I've worked with in the past that could help you out, because I know that feeling. It sucks. There's just not enough camaraderie between us in the business. Let's go out there and talk soon. I got you.